Okay, so I didn't get to finish the first part of the video, so I guess it's going to be a two-parter video now that I didn't want to have happen, honestly, but, here the flip we are, and, I know I said I was going to play the Chobits one. This is like a remix. It's from, gotta credit is due. It's, oh wow. I am definitely getting copyright claim big time after I play this, but you know what, I do not fucking care. It's 1.2 million subscribers, dude. But some of you people may or may not have heard of this person, but, yeah, they're called Fuamoko Hololive. And that is a very big ass freaking, deal there, but, fuck it, I'm gonna risk it, whatever. So, yeah, that's the one I wanted to play at Chobits, but this is another remix. But it's nice. It's a freaking anime manga thing that I'm talking about. Except this is from like, if it's the same company that had all those nenderoid things and anime shit, this goes extremely super perfect with it if you can hear it. I don't know if you can or not. Hopefully you can. Anyways, yeah. This thing's probably going to change the whole world. Who knows? Not only is this going to change the way that I know a lot of old boomers and like Gen Xers are probably going to be very, very hugely, very, very super against this shit. Because somebody that grew up, I didn't grow up in the 80s, but I did grow up in the 90s when the whole satanic panic thing was a huge, massively huge deal. Like shit like, I remember stuff like, the stuff I was really huge into, like, I mean, I didn't do any of the freaking rituals, the paganism, Wiccanism shit. I mean, I didn't practice some of the magical shit. I wasn't doing D&D shit or doing animal blood sacrifices or killing cats or dogs. I wasn't doing none of that evil shit. I knew better than that not to do stuff like that, obviously. But, stuff that was real cool back in the day in the late 90s, early mid-late 2000s, like Harry Potter, the original Harry Potter stuff, not the one they have now. And Lord of the Rings, that along with the stuff like the anime shit even, like Tenchi Muyo, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Inuyasha, Zatch Bell, One Piece. Even though I only watched 3 seasons of it, after the 4th season I kinda got bored with that. Full Metal Alchemist, stuff that was extremely appealing. Somebody that was like pretty much a geek, a nerd. Straight up, not gonna say living in their mother's basement because I wasn't. But more like some other things. I don't know how I could really put into words that well, how I could say it, but I'm not gonna lie, shit like that, especially at the times where I was getting like, not even cyberbullying, because cyberbullying didn't even exist until I was like in high school, in 2005 or 6. Before that, I actually got physically bullied a lot. So me looking at a lot of these other younger kids that were getting, well, not younger kids, kids my age, teenagers my age, getting cyberbullied and all that, to me, it was just a fucking laugh, dude. Like, bro, they're not hitting you or smacking you upside the head like a lot of the bullies did to me. They either smacked me in the back, they almost freaking broke my back 2 times. Which I don't know how the fucking shit the teachers were able to, like, just turn a blind eye. Having a student get hurt almost 2 times physically, badly. This was when I was in middle school, too. And high school. So, like, my sophomore, junior, senior, I started getting bullied, thank God. But before that, I don't know what it was. It was just, I don't know, because I came off as an annoying, stupid, weeaboo piece of shit, and they didn't like that type of aura around them. Maybe that's why I got bullied my freshman year. And by the time my sophomore, junior, senior came around, I just didn't really tell anybody I liked anime or manga or video games anymore. I just talked about it on mainly like the people I hung around in my neighborhood IRL, because that's when, you know, at that time, you gotta keep in mind, this is before social media, like stuff like TikTok and what else? Discord, Twitch, even like, what's it called? Stuff like Instagram or what else? Instagram, Kick, or any of these social media websites existed. The only 2 that were existing, actually, no, it was 3 of them I think that were existing at the time, was the one that's dead now. The 3 of them are, 4 of them are actually dead. Is Omegle's dead, MySpace is dead. What else is dead? Omegle, MySpace, Stickcam, Blog TV. They were around, but they weren't that prevalent yet. And the only ones that were barely coming out my senior year to my freshman, sophomore year of community college was Twitter, Facebook. I think Instagram was just barely coming around. And that's when they were still babies at that time, man. I think Tumblr too, God forbid, man. Tumblr was a massive shithole back in the day. Even stuff that's dead now, like Tiny Chat URL. If any of you guys are like 35 to 45 years old, you have to know what that old school Tiny Chat URL was, bro. That was a jam. But yeah, stuff like this, it's gonna change the game. It'll maybe change the perception. Change the perception of how people that are normies or sheeps like, oh, like, wait, aren't you a grown adult? Shouldn't you not be watching or reading manga or playing anime or video games? Doesn't that a childish kitty loser, pathetic garbage piece of shit like dumbass hobby to do? It's sad. Some people still think like that in 2024 going on 2025. It's like the stigma. Oh, if you're a grown man, you have all these anime posters and figurines of really hot, beautiful, gorgeous, hot ass freaking waifu chicks, and you automatically just get fucking made fun of for that shit. Like, they don't ever do this shit, especially when mainly talking here in the United States as an American citizen. I don't know if they do this in Canada, UK, and Australia. They probably do the same thing over there because it's pretty much America, just have different accents. And they probably got different laws, rules, and regulations, of course. Different currencies, different foods, but it's kind of almost the same thing. Just, I know their numerical metric systems way, way different compared to the United States. And of course, they drive on different opposite sides of the road. I know the steering wheel, instead of it being on here in the United States, it's on the left side. Over there in, I think, Australia and the UK, it's on the right side. That still trips me out. No offense to my Aussies and British people, I'm just saying. As an American citizen, it's freaky. You probably say the same shit about us over here. But anyways, getting to my point at hand, the real matter at hand. This is cool. I hope it ends up being a takeoff thing. Hopefully they do it for Christians next, evangelicals, and especially people in my age group, millennials. Like, we were the guinea pigs for a lot of social media shit, bro. I mean, we were the first pioneers. I can't speak for all, but I was at least a pioneer for a lot of this stuff, liking the stuff that was really, really badass. Like, to me personally, the type of anime and manga I was way, way big into, especially at that time, was stuff that was like mainly a lot of shonen anime, stuff that was like Bleach, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, a lot of action and adventure, like even stuff that was Americanized anime, like Code Lyoko or Megasis XLR, Totally Spies. That was funny as hell. I used to like that shit, and I used to like other stuff like that too. Like what else? What was that other thing? I don't know if any of you guys remember this anime. Like, I know the American anime was fake. I know those Legend of Korra was pretty badass. And Shaolin Showdown. That shit was cool. I loved it. I was a part of a generation that we were like the last final generation. Us millennials were like the literal last beacon of the generation that grew up with cable TV before a lot of that slowly started fading away. It's because by the time I think the early mid-late 2010s came around, a lot of that shit pretty much died off, or a lot of senior citizen boomers that are very few boomers that are around anymore, or Gen Xers, the ones older than my generation, they're probably like the last generation left that watches old shitty garbage ass fucking biased bullshit mainstream media like CNN, Fox, HLN, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS. A lot of these lying bullshit ass corporations that are owned by a lot of banking billionaire trillionaires. Like, Google search if you can. The people that made that show Succession, they basically made it on that dude's life. Rupert Murdoch. Google the dude Rupert Murdoch and you'll see how much damage that motherfucker did to this country. Like, not in a physical way, but more in like a psychological psychosis, spiritual, emotional way, how he riles motherfuckers up. I think the dude that ended up owning Fox News, and then the other fools that own CNN and visuals. That's the shit that fucked a lot of this country up psychologically, mentally, and emotionally, in my opinion. I'm just talking about my own personal experience. Feel free to Google it. It's gotta be out there. Just Google Rupert Murdoch. Anyways, the other stuff I didn't get to talk about, two virtual VTuber, indie tubers. Most of them have that anime sort of look. I found these 2 months ago. I think her was September, October. Her name's, I know I'm gonna keep looping this, but I really, really love this fucking song. It's beautiful. Indie VTuber, yeah, Luce. Lucina or Lucinia Celeste. She's the whole reason I even found the Sonic and Shadow freaking special Sega 3-part episode that came out. I still want to see if I can react to it. Very, very cute, kawaii, duster, sort of really, really super adorable anime chick. Keep saying anime. VTuber. VTuber. It's a lot of them just look like anime manga girls, but they're not following a script. That's the scary part about that thing, because even though this is really, really awesome for escapism, people that are going through a lot of fucked up shit in their life, and stress and depression, sadness, and, really, really effed up, cries for help. They got like a fake anime waifu girlfriend that they could always go to, talk about all their problems, But this is kind of a double-edged sword, because, like, I don't want to say they're manipulating stuff, but you kind of got to be a little cautious. I'm not trying to shit, and I swear to God, any anime VTubers that are listening to me, I'm not trying to attack your money, get your hustle, get your grind, get your coin, and all that stuff. It's mainly most of the, and I don't want to get shitted on, but I'm probably going to get attacked like a mother effer, but a lot of the ones that are like lewd VTuber anime chicks that always shows their boobs and their tits and their ass and their butts and everything and their hips and all that and their legs and feet. I don't have a problem with that. I'm a grown man. I know what the fuck they're doing. They're manipulating a lot of Gen Z or boys and thinking, ooh, that's my Oshi. That's my wife. That's my real life virtualized anime girlfriend that every time I give her money, she'll pay attention to me. That's some really dangerous ass shit, bro. That's why I'm glad at least I had 50, 70, 80, 90. Actually, no. I had about 70 or 90 IRL girlfriends in high school and college before this shit started being a thing. So at least I had a little experience of talking to women. I mean, sometimes I did get rejected and it fucking hurt like a bitch, but I just had to pick myself back up, pick up the pieces, and keep moving on. Sometimes I got laid, other times I didn't get laid. It's not even always about getting laid or getting the punani, aka, the thing in between women's legs. The beautiful, pretty hot dog buns and the really super sweet, juicy honeycomb underneath their freaking legs, and between their legs. I can't say the real word because I know you two would get pissed. But it's not always about that. Sometimes you should really, truly know the personality of what a woman is really about. And Gen Zers, and especially Gen Alpha, they're not going to know what none of that is. Everything's just going to be through a fucking screen for the rest of their life, and that's really fucking heartbreaking. I can't imagine people that are millennials right now raising Gen Alpha kids. That's got to be the most soul-crushing, depressing thing in the world, to think that your freaking sons and daughters are just going to have fake fucking virtual VTuber girlfriends or boyfriends for the rest of life. Because there are male VTubers that are out there that do that shit too. Not all of them are females. And I'm not trying to freaking bash and trying to shit on female VTuber chicks. I'm just saying, bro, like, some of these girls, not all of them, but some of them, the right word, they like to mentally, like, fuck around with people's heads. That's the right way to say it. And not all of them are like that either. Some of them, I'm sure they mean well. They probably, IRL in real life, off camera, off the VTubing thing, they're probably a really super cool ass person you'd want to hang out with IRL. Like, this one is a brand new one I only heard about, like, 4 months ago, and I heard about it a little longer, like June, July. I don't think I've ever talked about her on the channel, but I think she's from, no, she's not from the UK, she's from Canada. I don't know which part of Canada she's from, but her name I think is Safe. She has that thick Canadian accent where she says about. It's adorable too, I love it. Very, very super pretty, super gorgeous, very fine as hell, gorgeous, super, super pretty ass freaking, very big win, very, I guess how Gen Zer says Giga Chad, or mommy MILF sort of lady. Very pretty MILF chick. I'd say that. But, yeah, that's all I gotta say for now. I'm out of here. Oh, one more thing. And it's all emotional things. Like, it's cute. It's funny. There's nothing wrong with it, just as long as you don't go completely hooked to these things, because if you get too hooked to these girls, to them, you're just like, I don't want to attack all VTuber chicks. I'm trying hard not to disrespect the VTuber female side, virtual VTuber community, but touch grass. Like I say, touch grass. Find a real girl, bro. If this isn't doing it for you, like, pick up another hobby. That's why next year I'm not really going to be talking about video game industry news ever again after that. and might talk about console news once in a while, every once in a blue moon.